Hello. How are you guys doing? It is day 3 of our spices, talking about some more spices that we are going to add to our mix. Today are 2 spices that are powerfully pungent. These are cleaners. These are the movers, the activators, the let's get things done in our body spices. So the first one is clove, all right? Clove is it's got a punch to it, man. It's powerful, okay? You definitely, if you can smell it, no, you know what it smells like, right? Anyways, what we tend to use clove for, we tend to use it in the fall, right? In all of our pumpkin spice mixes, clove is the awesome addition. But then we just kind of stop there. Guess what? It's great for all of winter. It's great into the spring especially. And it can even work in through summer if you're more of the air type. So remember the air type. Okay, we talked about that the other day. If you have a tendency towards dryness, smaller, more brittle bones maybe, prone to constipation, having like hard little nuggets, maybe not going, maybe bowels not moving for a few days, get yourself some clove. Use some clove, okay? And we're also going to talk about salt. Salt is the thing that's like salt bad or salt good. I don't know. I don't know what to know. Okay? So we're going to talk about salt. Pink Himalayan salt specifically. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. Okay. Clove. Remember, get your spices at Alice's place in Sturgeon. Oh, when I talked about fenugreek yesterday, remember we had the seeds? She doesn't have the powder. She just has the seeds. So if you're going to join me tomorrow night at 5:30 p.m. when we create our spice mix, you'll have to get the seeds and you'll need a small food processor. I just use one of those little ninjas that you go, blap, 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 and it works. Okay? Cool? Awesome. All right. So clove. Clove is heating. It's pungent. What was pungent? Pungent was spicy, right? Pungent is the activator. Its benefits, it promotes digestion. So we need digestion. We need things to move and to flow in our body, so it can really help to kind of kickstart that and get that going. Remember how I just talked about Vata, about being more air type? Well, it soothes that. It has a little bit more of a grounding effect as well. So it can soothe that coolness, that dryness, and create some warmth and heat and movement in you. It is a nail shaped, well, not like my fingernail, but a nail-shaped flower bud. So it comes from Indonesia. That's pretty cool, right? It's kind of neat to know some of the stuff. But the name is what's interesting to me. And the same with salt, is that it means to wash. It means to cleanse, the Sanskrit name for it, okay? It's hot, it's penetrating, it's stimulating. Yeah, you said that already, Roxanne. Because guess what? It's true, okay? It stimulates to help clear out the lungs, to create some nice cleaning in the stomach. It disinfects the lymphatic system. Oh, remember we talked a bit about the lymphatic system? How do you know if your lymphatic system is a little bit sluggish? You will see lots of cellulite, right? Your rings will get stuck. You'll notice maybe a little bit of even like edema starting to happen. It can be from diabetes, but also from a sluggish lymphatic system. So if we take the time to do some rebound stuff, maybe do some jumping jacks each morning, just a few, like just enough to get that heart rate up, to get those lymphs to move so that they can flush and move out waste. Clove is going to be the come in to the lymphatic system, and it's going to disinfect, right? So it's going to kind of like gently brush and like clean up that lymphatic system a little bit more for those lymphs that didn't get moving. Make sense? Yeah? Kind of? Okay. Cool. It cleans and disinfects the gums. Oh, that's neat, right? Oh. You might have heard this, an old wives' tale, that you use clove. You can use clove bud or you can use clove oil when you have a toothache, when you have a gum ache. That's the reason. That's the reason, man. We've been living on this land for years and years and years, and there's so much that it supplies to us that is readily available right here. We don't necessarily need to get this manufactured thing that has all this stuff in it. We don't know what the heck it is. Use some clove, right? If you do use clove essential oil, just like I mentioned with cinnamon yesterday, is that, oh, there's like a little fluff. Okay, it's gone. Distracted. Little bit of Vata. All right. If you do use clove essential oil, just like cinnamon, it's hot. So it can like burn the skin. So you need to use a carrier oil with it. So maybe a little bit of coconut oil, avocado oil, just some sort of good oil with it, okay? And I'm gonna move into that little section actually, because if you do use the clove oil, or you just use this with some coconut oil, you can rub it on your feet, you can rub it in between your toes, because it actually helps with that excess yeast, which is more of a kapha imbalance. If you have a tendency to hold moisture, to hold earth, to hold mass, be a little more dense, a little more slower, okay? None of these doshas are bad. They just are what they are, and they go with the elements. So it can help specifically with, what's that foot thing that you get, you know? Athlete's foot. So the athlete's foot fungus, it can help with that. So that's cool. That's a neat little tip you're welcome to try that with and see. Okay? This is the oil. This is the spice that really gets the job done. Love clove. Add some clove. Clove will be part of our spice mix. Cool? Cool. Okay. What I'd like to know before I go on to the pink Himalayan salt is, in the comments, let me know of this video if you're going to join me on Friday. If you're like, yeah, cool, this sounds like fun, let's do it. Because you're going to learn more. You're going to learn more, you're going to have fun. Maybe, probably, I don't know, hopefully. And then you get to use the spice mix and see how it's yummy. It's great. Or it might be like, woo! Okay, that's the clove. Woo! All right, we're going to move on to salts. So, salt. Salt's got a bit of a bad rap, doesn't it? Guess what, though? We need salt to stay alive. We need salt to survive, okay? And you might be like, what? I don't need salt. My doctor told me not to have salt because it is creating this heart disease within me. Well, why? Why? Salt is pungent. Salt is heating. Salt is very, very activating. And when used in excess, it can wreak havoc on our blood. So that could be a reason why, you know, they say with heart disease, too much salt, no. But a little bit of salt, yes. But it's how we use it. We tend to use it in the society in abundance. If you look at all of your boxed foods, your chips, like anything that you get in a bag that's not food, right? That it's food, yes, but it's not like food, real food. There's excess salt in there. And what kind of salt do they put in those things? They certainly do not put pink Himalayan salt in those things, right? They would put table salt. And table salt can create this excess because it doesn't have the iodine. It doesn't have the minerals that pink Himalayan salt has. Pink Himalayan salt it's rich in iron or iodine, copper. And so it needs to be rich in that so that we can absorb the iodine. So if it's just regular salt, sometimes they add table like sugar to regular salt, it's going to create an accumulation, a pack on, and then there's no sort of absorption. There's no movement, there's no flow, right? So little bit of pink Himalayan salt, yeah, good. If you eat, let's say you have a vegetable mix. I'm going to put asparagus in there. I'm going to put broccoli in there. I'm going to put, you know, a bunch of other Brussels sprouts, whatever, a bunch of vegetables in there, just like that, and you eat them just like that. Are they salty? No, they're not salty. If you drink a pile of water all day and you still have this little bit of a headache and you can still get dehydrated, well, how does that make sense? I thought if I drink a lot of water, I won't get dehydrated. This is what you need, a little bit of salt. So if you switch your diet over towards real foods, right? In the grocery store, just that produce section mostly, you're going to be lacking in salt. So you will need a little bit of it. If you've done a fast where you've not eaten for 36, 48, 72 or whatever hours, and you might be listening to this and being like, what? Don't eat for that long. If you've done it, you know who you are. If you haven't, it's all good. But that last little bit, you're drinking lots of water, but you're getting dehydrated, right? You need those electrolytes. You need this little bit of pink Himalayan salt. So if you just take a rock, put it in your mouth, and just sort of let it dissolve, then you can actually feel more hydrated, okay? Salt softens our food for digestion. It aids in creating more saliva, and it softens the mucous membrane. Oh, that's so salted. Tastes good. And it draws toxins out of the tissues. So if you got issues in your tissues, right? Maybe a little bit of these guys might help you out in the spice mix, especially. All right? I think that I've said it all, okay? If the salt is in excess, it aggravates our blood, which you know, right? Okay? Produces too much heat and can create actual heaviness in the body. So it means that it might attract more water. If you have tendency to hold water and you're eating a lot and abundance of salt, then it'll actually have that counter effect. All right? Cool. Hopefully this was interesting for you. And if it wasn't, well, you probably didn't watch the whole thing. That's okay. It's all good. I almost spit out my salt right at you. I'm going to try and keep it in my mouth. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, we are going to be talking about the last item on our spice mix, which is organic cane sugar. Sugar? You'll see. All right. Have a good day, bye, guys. See you later. Bye.